I was running late for my cousin's wedding and had to rush to the train station. As I ran through the station, I spotted a train that I thought was going in the right direction, and without thinking much, I hopped on. I found a seat and settled in, thinking about the festivities ahead. But as the train picked up speed, I started to feel uneasy. I had a nagging feeling that something was wrong, but I couldn't quite put my finger on it. And then it hit me I had boarded the wrong train. Panic set in as I realized that I was headed in the opposite direction of the wedding. As the train stopped at a station, I got off to ask for directions, but to my horror, I realized that I was in a completely different city, one that I had never been to before. I looked around, trying to make sense of where I was and how I had ended up here. To make matters worse, I had no money and my phone battery was dead. I felt completely lost and alone, with no idea of what to do next. I tried to remain calm and think clearly, but it was hard with the stress and anxiety building up inside me. I walked around the station, hoping to find someone who could help me. I spotted a police officer and went over to him, explaining my situation. He listened patiently and then gave me some advice on what to do next. He suggested that I go to the nearest hotel and explain my situation to the staff. He also advised me to call my cousin and let him know what had happened. It sounded like a good plan. But the problem was that I had no money to pay for the hotel room, let alone make a phone call. I decided to take a chance and approached a stranger to ask for help. To my surprise, the man was kind and understanding. He offered to lend me some money and even let me use his phone to call my cousin. I felt a sense of relief as my cousin answered the phone. I explained what had happened, and he was understanding and supportive. He gave me directions to the nearest train station, and I made my way there, feeling grateful for the stranger's help. As I waited for the train, I reflected on the events of the day. I realized that sometimes things don't go as planned, and we find ourselves in situations we never expected. But it's how we react to those situations that really counts. I had learned that even in the midst of chaos and uncertainty, there are still good people in the world who are willing to lend a helping hand. Finally, I arrived at my cousin's wedding, a little late but grateful for the experience. I knew that I would never forget the kindness of the stranger who had helped me out, and I would always be grateful for his generosity. And as I watched my cousin exchange vows with his bride, I felt a sense of happiness and contentment, knowing that I had made it through a challenging experience and come out the other side with a newfound appreciation for the kindness of strangers.